Hey kids, I have something that I am very, very excited to share with you today. Some of you already know about it a little bit. I've already sent out an email to your parents so they know about it. So you might be aware about this box. Okay, so this box isn't just a box. Although boxes are pretty cool on their own, what makes this box special and what makes a lot of boxes special is what is inside of it. So inside of this box are a lot of cool materials, lots of different science materials. There's a can in here. There's a notebook in here. There's this thing. What is this? I don't know if you've ever seen something like that before. What's that for? Lots of things in here. Wow, there's this whole bag full of other things in this box. What this box is, what it's going to be is your best friend for science class. This is a science kit that's full of materials. And I have been working with so many other people so incredibly hard to get these box ready for you to take home and explore with and learn science with and do lots of great, amazing activities with. And I'm really excited to share it with you. But there are responsibilities. I'm not just gonna give you this kit if you don't agree to follow certain rules. And most of those rules are pretty, like, you probably already know about them. You probably would have, I don't even need to tell you to do these things, but it's really important that I say these to you and that you agree to them. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be telling you about how to use this kit, and then it's important that you pay special close attention, because what's going to happen is that you are going to take a quiz. So you're going to take a quiz that's going to question you to see, did you really pay attention? Do you know how to use this kit properly? Okay, so here's how you're going to be able to take this quiz. You might already have gotten to the link if you're watching this video, but what you're going to be doing, I'm going to share my screen for a quick second. Here we go. Oops. Let's see. Okay, yeah, you can see the screen. Here is Google. And what I'm going to do on Google is I'm going to type in the name of my school, Lauren Eden. Okay, I'm going to Google Lauren Eden. And what you do when you Google Lauren Eden is you get to this cool spot here. This right here is the Lauren Eden website. Did you even know that the school had its own website? There's lots of cool things on here. You should explore it. You should click on every single link and try and see what's there. If you see something really cool, I've already given prizes to at least one student who found like a mystery thing on this website. Maybe you can get a prize if you could find that for me. But what is most important from this website is that for science classes, here's the front page. If you scroll down a little bit, there's this thing right here. It says quick links, if you can read that. Right below, there's something that says Mr. Stewart Science page. You click on that. Whoa, cool, I have a website? Yeah, I have a website. You can read this to learn about me if you want. There's back to school information for your parents. Lots of cool things about the science kits on here. What's important for you is I have this student page. There isn't much on that student page yet. There's going to be more and more things being added to that pretty soon. So you're going to need to know how to get here. And on this student page is this yellow button. Click on that. Whoa, comes up this quiz here. This video is going to be on this quiz. You're going to be able to press next, and you're going to be answering these questions. There's going to be videos to help you with those that I'm making right now. So you need to be able to answer all of the questions on this quiz before I will give you the science kit. So watch this video closely, the one that you're currently watching, pay attention so you can answer this quiz correctly, and you'll be able to get access to that, to these kits, okay? So I'm gonna stop the share, and I'm going to put the box behind me. We're gonna talk about how do you use this kit responsibly, okay? First thing, let me ask you, let you guys think about it. I put the box right there. Let me think. I want you guys to think about, is this an appropriate use of this box? If I were to go and jump on it, no, don't jump on this box. We spent a lot of hard, it was a lot of hard work to put this together for you, okay? So I want you guys to be careful with this box, to treat it carefully. I'm going to switch screens right now so you guys can look at it a little bit closer, what's inside of there, okay? So, let me switch my screens. How do I do that? Just give me 1 second. Pin to first screen. Cool. You're looking at black right now. Now you're looking through my phone, which is going to make this whole thing a little bit harder because I'm doing this with one hand. So, first thing, open up the lid. See lots of cool things in here. Notice, yeah, there's a lot of things in here, but it looks pretty organized. One of the rules is for you guys to keep it organized. The first thing you do when you get this kit shouldn't be to dump it all out. No, we're going to keep that nice and organized. You're going to be using all this stuff in here all the time, and it's really important that you keep it organized so to keep it kind of looking very similar to how it looks right now. See how there aren't stuff spread all out? In fact, there's stuff inside of these bags, like this bag and like this bag. Everything that starts in this bag should end in this bag. So you might want, you might end up kind of like trying to look for some things that are going to be in this bag. You're pulling things out and you find it. Oh, here is some rubber bands. I was looking for 2 rubber bands for a science experiment that I did. The first thing you need to do, so I pulled out those 2 rubber bands, but there's these other things, or actually I only needed 1 rubber band for my experiment. I'm going to put everything back in the bag that it came from. That's really important so we can keep this organized. Your parents don't want this all spreading through your house. Neither do I. Neither do you, because you want to be able to find all these things again for next time. Okay, so I'm putting everything back except for this rubber band. I'm going to do something cool with the rubber band. Let's do an experiment with this. Cool, cool, cool. Doing my experiment with the rubber band. Really interesting. Lots of science. Then it goes back into the bag it came from. This bag gets zipped up. You can't really see. I'm zipping up this bag. I know this is hard. I'm using one hand to hold the phone. So zipped up the bag, put it back in the box, put the lid back on the box. Cool. Really important part of using this kit is keeping it organized. Now, let me ask you. Let's say we were using this rubber band again. Do you think it would be appropriate use of these materials to, let's say, take that rubber band and shoot it at your little sibling or your older brother? What do you think? Do you think that's an appropriate use of these materials? All these materials that we spent so long to give to you and to provide you in these kits, you think it would be okay if you were shooting that at your little brother? No. Okay? We're using these responsibly, and that means not using them to hurt people with, okay? And I think every single student already knows how to do that, okay? But I want you to make sure that that's you too. You are going to use this every single year responsibly and not damaging people with it. We're going to be doing lots of different activities with these different materials, so it's really important that you try and keep them intact, that you're not breaking them, okay? So that's another thing that I want you to keep. You shouldn't really be throwing anything around everywhere. You might be using these things here, I'm going to switch my screen around again, to make stuff. That's a huge part about science and engineering, is we make things all the time. So, you might be gluing this thing to this thing and seeing what happens. That's just an example. You probably won't do that. But there's lots of things that you could be making. You could be making birdhouses. You could be making Rube Goldberg machines. I'll explain to the 4th graders how to do that later on in this year. You're making tons of things with this, with the materials in here. But it's kind of like all the materials in here, you should think about them like as Legos. And I don't have any Legos with me, but when you make something with Lego, you have made a really cool rocket ship, for example. That's awesome. Really cool rocket ship that maybe you made with your Lego kit, with your Lego. But after you make that Lego rocket ship, you appreciate it for a little bit. But then you take those Lego pieces apart so you can make something new. So you can make a dinosaur, or you can make, I don't know, a house, right? So that's something I want you guys to keep in mind as we're using these kits, that we're going to be putting things together, we're going to be making cool things, and then we're going to take the things apart and do new things with them. And that's really, really important that all of you as students keep that in mind. What else do we need to talk about for these kits? Okay, so look guys, some of you have younger siblings, okay? And if you have younger siblings, then you know, and I'm talking about really young siblings, like maybe you have siblings, brothers or sisters, who might be under the age of 3, okay? And you know, if you have little siblings as siblings, then you know that some of the things in this bag, which are really important for science, like right here, that marble, for example, really awesome for you to have a marble, and I'm excited to give them to you, but they can be really, really dangerous for young kids. Other things that can be kind of dangerous for young kids include, in this bag, there are magnets, okay? Now, why are they dangerous for young kids? Well, little kids, really young children, don't know not to swallow things. And if they swallow magnets, that can be really, really dangerous. So one of the things that we have to think about, if you have younger siblings, that you don't just leave this box out and around, okay? Make sure that you're leaving it somewhere where you're, like, put it up on the shelf. I'm going to move this plant out of the way. I'm going to put this up on the shelf. Let's make this a little bit more organized. Move that plant out of the way. You find a good spot that you're leaving this kit in where, your 3-year-old brother or sister or your 2-year-old brother and sister won't be able to get to it, because we need to be thinking about how to keep them safe. Okay? What makes this a really good spot, the place where I just left the kit at, what makes this really good is it's really close to where I do my learning every day. Every single day, I sit right here, and this is where I learn science. And so it's a good spot. I want you guys to find a place for this box to live that's a really good spot that's away from any little kids who might be getting to it, but is also close to your learning spot, because I want you guys to bring these kits to science class every single time we have science class. I also want other teachers might want to use some of this stuff. Your classroom teachers, they might want to use some of the stuff in this kit. So I want you to have them close by to wherever you do your learning, so that your classroom teachers can also use the kits, okay? So that when they say, okay, kids, I want you guys to go and pull out your scissors. You have the scissors right there, okay? Go grab your notebook, go grab some tape. They're right here, and I can just walk right over here to my desk and I've got some tape, okay? So I want you guys to be thinking about where are you storing the box and make sure it goes okay, so I just used my tape. Let me just show you. Oh, I used the tape, did a cool assignment with it, went back, put it back in my box, nice and organized, the lid back on my box. Let's practice this skill of being organized, okay? It's going to be really useful later on in your life. So you guys, I think I've covered most of the things that you need to know to pass that quiz and to start getting these kits. Oh, there's one other thing I wanted to tell you guys about. So the very first thing that the very first assignment after you get this kit is you are going to there's 100 different materials in this box. You're going to first go and make sure, I'm going to give you a little checklist that's not on this box, but will be on yours, that's going to have all the materials on it, right? This bag is going to be bag number 1, and it's going to say, okay, in bag number 1, there are these materials that are supposed to be in there. First off, you're going to make sure you're going to check off, okay, I have that material, okay? So that in case you miss something, because we might have missed something that was supposed to go into your box, but there were so many of them, 400 kits that we put together with 100 materials. Can anybody do the math to tell me how many total materials we put together? So many of them, we might have missed something for your kit. So I want to know, did we miss something? Let us know. And what I want you guys to do as well is you're going to have a flip grid assignment. So 6th graders are going to be asked to find 6 different materials and say every single thing that you can possibly think of to do with the material. So here's a balloon. We've been talking about balloons a little bit in some of my classes. What is every single possible thing you could do with balloons? Here's a paper plate. What is every single thing you can possibly do with a paper plate? 6th graders have to do at least 6. 5th graders have to do 5. 4th graders have to do 4. 3rd graders have to do 3. 2nd graders have to do 2. 1st graders have to do 1. Say every single thing you could possibly do with different things. And I want you to try and look on 5th grade, see what are different things that people have posted and find different things. Now, I'm going to be, that's homework for like the 6th graders to do 6 things. But there's going to be a prize for the students who do the most things. So there are going to be pretty special prizes. I'll tell you about that in a later video. Last thing I want to mention, okay? These are for making ice cubes. I wasn't able to get enough of these for every single student's kit, okay? I'm only going to give them out to the students who don't already have one of these or don't have, some refrigerators have ice cube makers already built in. You don't need one of these if you already have an ice cube maker in your fridge. Okay, so in that quiz that I'm going to give you guys, it's going to ask you to tell me, do you already have one of these ice cube makers? If you do, then I'm not going to give one to you because you already have one. I want us only to be making sure everybody who doesn't have one gets one of these. Okay, so I wanted to say that. I'm excited to give these kits to you. Again, I put that material back, put the lid back on my box. It's in a nice, good place to make sure that my 3-year-old, I put that on top to make sure no 3-year-old can get in to that kit. Okay, and I'm back at my desk. Let me switch this around so you can look at my face. Hi guys, I'm so excited to send this off to you. I'm so excited. It's gonna be so much fun. We're gonna be able to do so many cool experiments. We're gonna be starting with growing some plants. We're going to be learning about electricity and magnets, so many things. It's gonna be so much fun. So I'm really excited. If you have any questions, email me, okay? If you get stuck on the quiz, let me know. 6th graders, you can start picking these up on Thursday. 4th and 5th graders, Friday, you can start picking these up if you finish the quiz. We're gonna, 3rd, 2nd, 1st graders, kindergartners, we're gonna be going backwards in that order. Starting next week, you guys can start picking them up from Lauren Eden, okay? I'm gonna be there much of the time. There's gonna be other amazing people, teachers and parents who are gonna be helping to pass those out. So thank you guys for watching this whole video. Make sure that you try and submit those quiz questions and let me know if you have any problems with that, okay? All right, bye guys, stay awesome.